Unbreakable You. Create, revise, repair your life. Written and narrated by Jon Deam M.D. To my grandfather Jon Deam M.D. and to all those who keep on keeping on. Disclaimer. Although I am a doctor, I am not your doctor. This book is not medical advice and is not intended as a substitute for the medical advice of physicians. The reader should regularly consult a physician in matters relating to their health, particularly with respect to any symptoms that may require diagnosis or medical attention. No material in this book is intended to be a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. Never disregard professional medical advice or delay seeking treatment based on something you have read in this book. Introduction. How do babies start breathing? Very suddenly, it turns out. Those first big breaths are magic, one of the coolest events I saw during medical school. Sallow gray and blue flash instantly to a lively pink or rich brown. The change is instantaneous and seems miraculous. The baby goes from something that looks alien to something that looks like us, that looks perfect, all in a moment. Then the doctors, nasal cannula nearby to provide supplemental oxygen just in case, slap the baby's butt or tickle its feet. There's usually a second of silence where everyone, including the baby, is holding their breath. Then the little mouth opens and gulps its first air. When fetuses are in the womb, they get less oxygen than they do in the open air. The mother breathes for the fetus, transferring oxygen through the umbilical cord, but she uses a lot of that oxygen too. The deoxygenated blood makes a seconds-old baby's skin gray and lips blue, something we can't see until the moment of birth, when, for an instant, the new baby is still connected to its maternal lifeline. For those who've had the privilege to see it, a healthy baby being born may be the only moment in life that is perfect. But the moment one life stage moves to another doesn't normally happen this quickly, this perfectly. Perceptions of perfection are always subjective. For babies, that first dramatic, perfect breath is a moment of bewilderment and chilly discomfort. They don't know their first breath is one of billions. The first thing they do with their newfound lungs is cry as hard as they can. Jarring experience is necessary for living, but as adults, we tend to expect everything to be perfect. We expect ourselves to be perfect, and our identity as a perfect person comes to rest on singular decisions. Should I have a baby? Should I go to medical school? Should I go on this first date? Should I get married? Divorced? Sell my business? All these questions lead to one: am I doing life right? For many, these questions come at a common life inflection point, a crossroads, a decision you feel is important to your future happiness, health, and success, and so you struggle to get on the other side of it. You get stuck because the decision feels black and white. Everything feels like it's riding on this decision, which means it has to be perfect. The anxiety over making the right decision, choosing the right path, is crushing, and it's making you very, very unhappy. What's more, this inability to move forward seems to be tainting everything else in your personal and professional life, leading to the usual suspects of unhappiness: stress, anxiety, anger, ill health, and dysfunctional coping mechanisms like confrontation, avoidance, isolation, drugs, and alcohol. You don't like who you are now, but you're not sure of who you should or could be. The discord between your real and ideal life creates feelings of doubt. You are so uncertain of what comes next, what path you should take, that you get stuck at the crossroads, unable to take the next step. No choice is so grand that it belongs on a pedestal. One decision rarely makes or breaks a life. Most are pretty mundane. The truth is, you can go back to a decision later, get more life experience, or relationship advice, or mentorship, and do something about it. There are plenty of people I've known who don't go straight through from a bachelor's degree to a doctorate, who have more than one marriage, who've created and sold multiple businesses, or have become mentors or community leaders after handing off their companies. Your vision of who you are now and who you think you're supposed to be isn't necessarily the right one. It might not be working to bring you the success and happiness you hope for. Because sometimes this vision is rooted in misconceptions of who you are, what you want, or what others are expecting of you. Why does doing life right and all the books telling you how to do so feel
Sample complete. Ready to continue?